I'm black. Give me diamond watch, give me platinum plaque. I'm a goon or something, I make do with that. Ain't here to small talk, don't need the chat. Know that I was made in the lab. The scientist screaming, oh my God. Give him swagger up, Tone Beach Bod. Let him hit the streets, let them die. What it mean to be great when you at halftime? When you're 20 years old, never had a touchdown. When you lose a control, all your brother's been gone. He confused you alone, never earned you a dime. I got the goal, I think I'm gonna win. Place in the morning, damn.
Oh man, what's up, everybody? Hey, look, how you doing? Hey,
you.
hey, awesome stuff, man. Y'all welcome to the JustSayN Podcast, hosted by me, myself, and Lo as well. We're honored, excited, and privileged to have a very special guest on with us this morning. We know this is very short notice, but we know you got the hey G, you have the mute in the background. I need some feedback. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, we're back here. So before we get started, Lo, how are you doing on this excellent Thursday morning? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, you hear me. All right. There you go. Can you hear me? All right. Cool. All right. Okay, so everybody we hear each other, right?
I can hear you.
Okay, awesome stuff. Hey man, we want to welcome everybody to the JustSayN Podcast broadcast out of the DFW Dallas Fort Worth Texas Pod area, along with yours truly, Furman Jackson Jr., along with my team and my partner, of course, my sister from another mother, Lo Hall as well. And we're very excited, honored, and privileged to have some very special guests. Lo, they have an event coming up this coming weekend. It's the Honor of Black Authors here in the DFW, which is very prestigious. To recognize some awesome authors here in the DFW, and to really showcase all that they're doing, to be recognized for all the hard work, the labor they're putting in, because we know writing is something very, very big. So we bring forth great information, and I love reading. I'm a bookworm at heart. But before we get started, I want to say, Lo, how are you doing on this lovely Thursday morning, of course?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Miss Stars. Thank you, KG, for coming. I've seen some of your stuff. Thank you guys for attending our podcast. This is great. I love it. But I'm doing great. Awesome. You guys, how's everybody here?
Oh, well, I can't complain. I'm thankful to be up this morning.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
And awesome. And like I said, we know y'all have an event coming up. Y'all are part of an event that's this coming Saturday. Big shout out to Miss Jones for connecting us all together. Like I said, I love Miss Jones. I love her spirit. I love what she represents here in DFW. I know she's out there in Fort Worth. But to talk about this event that's coming up this coming Saturday, we know that this is something that's been going on. This is something that really, really, really is going to showcase a lot of Black authors here in the DFW. So I'm going to start with you, Ms. Stars. I know you're going to be hosting it. So what are your expectations for the upcoming event? I also want to let everybody know what's going on.
All right. So, yes, I am the host. Shout out to Di Jones. That's my partner in crime. We have been connected for a couple of years now, so we do a lot of things together. This particular event is something that's dear to our hearts because we manifested this a few years ago about what we would plan to do, especially to support our Black community and the people that don't get the spotlight or, get the recognition throughout the DFW area. So we put together this gala that's going to be on Saturday, August 9th from 6 to 11. It's going to promote our Black authors, the philanthropists that do throughout our community. We're going to be honoring them. This year, we chose the people because these were people that we watched throughout the years that have grown, grind, that do a lot of things throughout the community. But next year it's going to be the community is going to vote in, so I can't wait for that. But this particular event is just to honor our people, and it's not just about our people, but for me, we deal with a lot of things that no other race deals with. So I would love to give us our kudos and our flowers while it's on something positive. So that's the root of our event. And Saturday we're gonna come together and we gonna eat together, we're gonna party together, and we're gonna congratulate our fellow people that are doing great things in the community.
And will you tell us
Man,
where it's going to be at? Let's where it's going to be at, how much it costs to get in. Will there be vendors? Will vendors be available to buy, to come in?
Oh yes, so it's going to be at the Everman Civic Center, out here in Everman City. We're going to the tickets are $45 at the door. If you reach out prior to and connect with me or Di Jones, we do have a special going on. If you connect with us, we can get you your ticket at a discounted rate. But if you come at the door, it's $45. We are going to have over 10 vendors there, so you will be able to shop. Um, we're going to so the way things are going to go, the beginning is going to be just basically a meet and greet gathering the first hour, and then the second hour we're going to eat, we're going to break bread together. That's one of our favorite things to do. God did it, he broke bread with everybody, part of fellowship. And then we're going to do the award ceremony the third hour, and then after that, that's where we're going to engage with all of the vendors. You buy, sell, uh, socialize with each other, share information, connect. It's a connecting event as well. Um, and then we're going to turn up, socialize, have a little fun, a little jig.
Right.
So I'm super
Networking.
excited.
Okay.
that's
KG, will you be there?
This is one of our performers. He
Oh
better
yes,
be.
yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm over here trying to get this technology
I
stuff
said yes,
together.
ma'am. Wait a minute, hold up. Did he just say yes, ma'am? Like, not the yes, ma'am. Like I'm in my.
Listen, that's what's out of respect. That's what's out of respect. I love it.
a respect thing.
It's a respect thing. Because you look so youthful. Wait a minute, she said, let me turn the light on in here.
Okay, yeah. No,
Man, I mean, but it's great. And like I said, you mentioned, I know also we have comedian KG in the building as well. I know you're one of the performers that's going to be performing that night. So, hey, tell us about you, KG, what's going on with you, background, all of the great stuff, your expectation for this coming Saturday.
And how did you get into comedy? What made you so confident that you could just get out there? Because a lot of people are nervous to get on that stage.
Right.
We want to hear it.
Well, first and foremost, I really appreciate being on the show. It's an honor. Whenever I'm on the show and I'm able to, I guess, spread the word about stand-up comedy and just general entertainment, that's always a plus because, some people are kind of cautious when it comes to stand-up comedy and even just watching it. I know a lot of my friends and family, they never went to a comedy club until I started doing comedy. So that kind of brought them into the comedy scene and gave them a little taste of how comedians do it. But ultimately, I've been doing comedy. This is my 12th year doing comedy. I'm from Dallas, Texas, of course. That's my home. I love Dallas. I love it.
What part of Dallas?
Oak Cliff. That's my hood.
This is hood. Hey.
Okay.
But yeah, my expectations for the show, man, I'm just open. I'm like an open book. I'm always ready for any kind of adventure. So I'm just optimistic about it. I know it's gonna be a good show, and hopefully, you know, I can make everybody laugh and we all can just be happy and fellowship.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Now I know you had said
But
that.
yeah, I know you said something. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, for me.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback on what you were saying, Lo. You mentioned how he about how he got into the comedy, because I know comedy is a very, I won't say difficult, but it's something you have to be very gifted to do. And I know a lot of people say they're comedians because they always say never sit in the front row, because if you get in the front row, you will get roasted. So I don't want to sit in the front row. I rather sit behind the back. But we in the times now where back in the day, growing up, you know, comedians were saying all kind of stuff and people laugh. But now in this generation, we got a lot of people that are so sensitive, so easily offended. Is it hard for y'all comedians now in the business? Or I mean, how does that go?
Yeah, I mean that does make it a little difficult, but I don't really worry about that aspect of it all because I feel like God has given me a gift that I can kind of have great discernment in judging my audiences. So like when I'm in front of different audiences, I can just kind of like feel the energy and feel what kind of jokes they want to hear, and I can kind of feel like what they really want. So it kind of comes over years of doing comedy. You'll learn that over time. But like initially starting out doing comedy, it's very difficult, and it's really more of a helpful way to find your own self and understand your own self and grow as a person. And once you grow as a person and you're more confident with your own self and you're not worried about other people's opinions and you're not worried about, you know, what people might think about you, then that's when you can kind of be your full self as a comedian and you can kind of open up and kind of be more relatable with your jokes and material when it comes to like your different audiences. You can tell jokes in front of white people, black people, Mexicans, little kids, Indians, and they'll all be able to understand and they'll grasp that reality of your joke. And then it kind of bring everybody closer together as a whole, because then you can find out that, hey, even though this person is a white person, they go through some of the same stuff as me, or even though this person is Mexican, they have some of the same viewing aspects about life as black people do. So you kind of bring everything full circle and bring everybody together, and that's why I love comedy so much, is because I can break down those barriers and break down those doors and bring everybody together as a whole, like white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Haitian. I can bring everybody together, and we'll all understand like life and the jokes as a whole.
Yeah, I feel like the universal language is actually laughter. That's how I feel.
It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
KJ, that used to be one of my dreams. I wanted to be a comedian.
Really?
The guy said,
Okay, wait a minute. We gonna get up there too.
he gave me
The dream never
platform.
dies.
I think you should try it. You should
Yeah,
try it. Look, you never give up. Now, I'm not a young whippersnapper. Okay.
Listen, me either. But he gives me, listen, because I'm able to be on stage, I'm able to incorporate all of it. So I do get my chance to do my little one too.
Little one too.
But it's just in a different aspect. So I definitely commend you for pushing forward and allowing your gift to make room for you, because that's not a gift for everybody. And like they were talking about, them being sensitive. For me, you can't be sensitive around me in no way, form, or fashion, whether it be in jokes or in life, because hey, that's the only way you grow, if you have real people around you.
That is so true.
And the reality of life is that life is real. So, I mean, if you can't talk about what's real, then there's nothing else to talk about, you know? So,
Right.
be able to talk about what's real, and you got to be able to talk about life, because life is real. People go through real situations. People experience real hurt, real emotions. So if you're not talking about what's real, then you're not going to be able to connect with your audience.
Right. And the only people that don't like it is the people that be faking. And I'll be like, y'all can go on in your own bubble anyway.
Exactly.
That's right. I know that's right. Okay.
But I know that's part of it, right? I mean, because we know laughter is a gift to the soul, of course,
It's a
and
gift.
people want to have a good life, especially when it's right. Skip the realities of life and just go have a good time, laugh, and have all a good time. And how do y'all do y'all material? I know y'all just can't just be up there. I know I can't do it. I'm not even gonna lie,
For
but
me, it's a gift. You guys, I try to write stuff down. I try to like, have a. It don't ever work out like that. But I had that paper. I had my phone up there, and everything I wrote or everything I said I was gonna say, it may come out, but it ain't gonna come out like I put it down. It's just natural. Like I'm a natural engager with people, so it comes easy.
So impromptu. So is so okay. So in the process of comedy or just public speaking, because public speaking is very hard. Like it is not an easy thing to do.
It's not. To
Yeah,
keep people engaged is challenging.
exactly. It's very hard to do. So I know you said that you just look at the room and KG, you look at the room and you embrace the energy within the room. But how about when that energy is bad? What do you do in that situation? What if it's not snapping? What do you do? How do you turn it around? How do you turn it around when it's not snapping like that?
Right. Well, judgment of the energy in the room comes over time, because like at first, when I first started doing comedy, I didn't have that discernment of what jokes to do in front of my audiences. But when it comes over time, you kind of it kind of grow, and you kind of get that feeling. And then when there's like absolutely no energy in the room, and there is and you feel that there's no energy or nothing for you to go on in the room, then that's when you go and make that energy. You go and make people happy. You go and break them out their shell. You kind of get them out their mood. That's what comedy is for. You might come to the building and you sad, but then after you leave, you're gonna be happy because you laughed and you enjoyed yourself, and we all laugh together as a whole. So if people coming in the situation and they don't have the energy, or they feeling down, or they not feeling it, then that's my job as a comedian to break through those barriers and make sure that we all have a good time.
Yeah.
How has your fan base grown since you started? Because I'm gonna just bring this example. I remember like getting on Instagram years ago, right? My daughter be getting me into all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah, I guess I am that old woman, man. I guess I am. Look, so she told me download Instagram. This was a long time ago. I think she was, I don't know if she was a teenager or she was a middle school. I don't know. She's a grown woman now. So I started following Country Wayne. Like when he had nobody, like I was just following him, right? And I started looking at his stuff, and I noticed how his fan base just got bigger. And then I was like, dang, I would really love to go see him. I remember my husband, he took me to the Improv in Arlington. Y'all, when I tell you, and that was my first time ever going to a comedy show. Believe it, that was my first time ever going. I had never been to the Improv, and I was like, "Oh my god, this okay, good surprise, kudos for you." And so I was like, I had so much fun. I'm not even gonna lie. He didn't curse, which was surprising because I curse a lot. So but he didn't do any of that. But I just loved it. So how has your fan base gone from when you started until now? How's it?
Well, that's interesting, because when I first started doing comedy, I'm gonna tell you, like, none of my family and none of my friends were my family, like at all. Like they were not. I'm telling you that they even was looking at me like I was crazy. They was looking at me like I was gonna fail. They was looking at me like I wasn't gonna be funny, and like when they like, I guess it took like maybe like 2 years before like my family and friends started becoming like fans of me and actually really trying to support me. But like that was like the difficult part of it all, because I was like finding like what do I talk about, what comedy jokes appeal to different people and things like this. So like that's like the toughest part of comedy is kind of like finding out like where your comedy will fit at, and like I said, like over time you'll develop the discernment to judging your audience and knowing what they want. But initially, like you will have probably like I had like zero support from my friends, and the only person in my family that really supported me as a comedian is my mom.
Moms always go out, boy.
Stick by their baby.
They're gonna pull through. They're gonna come through.
Yeah. And then my dad, the whole time I was doing comedy, my dad was the hardest on me because he was like, I can't believe you went to college and graduated, and then
Good
you
job.
want to go and do comedy and blah blah blah. So that was the hardest on me because then I was like, man, maybe he could be right. I don't know, but just me standing out on my own and just doing it and like just doing what my heart desired, not doing what everybody else wanted me to do or not listening to everybody else's opinions. I'm just doing what I want to do and what makes me happy. Even though I did graduate and I got a double major in college, I still want to do what makes me happy. So if that's comedy and that's what I want to do, then that's what I will do. And and the thing about it is when you put your whole heart in it and you put your all into it, everybody else will follow later on. They might not come, they might not be in the gym shooting with you the whole time, but once they see that you're real serious and you real like straightforward about it, then they'll follow suit later on. And
Oh
so
yeah.
I wouldn't worry about no kind of opinions. I wouldn't worry about what other people saying. I would just go and just do what I need to do, and God will be my vessel. God will be leading me. God will be like directing me. He will be opening up doors for me. He'll be booking for me. Every time people tell me, how do you be getting all these shows and how do you be booking all these shows? And I just tell people that God is my agent. God is my booker. God is my my manager. So whenever I need something, I don't have to ask you for it because you wasn't even there for me when I was shooting in the gym or you wasn't there for me when I was grinding. I'll ask God for everything I need. And when God bless me with that, then other people see that. Other people see the blessings on you. And they ain't gonna have no other choice but to follow you. They're not gonna have no other choice but to be a fan of you. And that's what I like about it the most is that once you put God into all of everything, if you put God into the picture and you put him at the head of the picture, then everything after that is gonna follow in line and can't nobody touch it. Can't nobody touch it.
Man, I
Definitely,
like
God
that.
definitely will make room for your gifts. Make room for you. He told us that in the word. So that is my lead too. I do the same thing. I'm not good at promoting. I'm not good at a lot of stuff, but God makes a way. And he'll put you on the heart of somebody. Like for me, the things that I do, a lot of stuff come by word of mouth, or people see things like this and they'll connect with me or reach out. Dot Jones, she is my heart. She seen me before I even really knew, and God always used her to open doors, and then just opening one door open another door, because soon as you connect with somebody, the other people will see it. I love how he talked about, family and friends not being there in the beginning. It's always strangers that's gonna see you before your people see you, because they grew up with you. They know. For me, they call me Nene and my family. They know Nene. They know the other side. They know the person before you. And if people don't grow as we supposed to, they're not gonna see your growth. They're not gonna see what God gave you, the vision that God gave you. They don't see it the way that you see it. And you got to keep on going. You got to keep on moving. For me, doing speaking, and writing, speaking is a gift. I have always been the encourager. I've always been that person that people have come to encourage them for advice or whatever. So that's a gift to me. Even when I'm dealing with my own stuff, I can give you the best advice in the world, and I still be over here like, God, now, you gonna help me? I be helping your kids. I can't understand for myself, but your gifts really do make room for you. And then, speaking on the controlling the atmosphere, dry spaces is a great opportunity to pull people and make them engage with you. when you work in a crowd, you know how to, if you have that personality anyway. I am assertive and very person. We can't help but to engage with me. If you see the screen, like, I'm gonna make you engage me one way or another, whether I smile, whether I come give you a hug, or I just say, hey, listen, we ain't gonna be in here dry. I can tell you that right now. We're not gonna do nothing dry. We gonna be in here with some great seasoning, some great laughters, and some great fun. But it's all about your confidence, really, on how everything turns out. Really, I know for KG, you work your crowd is your confidence. It's you. Can't nobody outdo you if you just stand in you. So those things come easy
Right.
for somebody like us.
You're
So
not
just the
limiting
flow.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Put God first. You know, once you put God first,
Everything else follows.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I used
Dang.
to think that it's so funny because I had this saying that God will open doors, but God will close doors. God will
He
close
will.
that you're not supposed to walk through. In your case, from what I'm hearing, he closed a door that you weren't a path that you weren't supposed to go on, and he led you to the path that you guys were supposed to be on. Right now, you're doing what you love. You're doing what everybody in your life said don't do, because you have this, you have your education, you have blah 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 blah. Why aren't you doing this? But you chose to go the route that got that door that path that God seen you through.
Right, because
you have
people,
been a voice. Yeah.
right, because people, they always want, like, people can't see what you can see, because, like, I always vision as, like, people are pictures, and if I'm standing too close to a picture, I can't see the full picture because I'm too close to it.
Yeah.
So once I back from the picture, then I can actually see the full picture. So that's kind of how I see it. Like, once my family kind of, like, bagged away a little bit, they can see the full picture, that this is what I want to do with my life. Like, comedy is what I want to do. I'm not throwing away my degrees. Yeah, I still work a 9-to-5 job, and I still do what I got to do with my degrees, but I'm not throwing them away. I'm just following my heart and just putting what I want, and to put my all into what I want, so God can lead me in the direction that I need to go. And as long as I keep praying and I keep being focused on my goal, and not get deterred from the bigger picture, then God's gonna keep me in the right direction. And that's all I focus on. I know it's a lot of ups and downs in entertainment in general, but that's the molding process. That's the creation process of God trying to create you and to mold you to be the strongest person to be able to take on these challenges. So when those trials and tribulations do come, I don't do nothing but welcome them in, and I just praise God that they coming, because I know these gonna get me to the next level. These trials and tribulations right now, it's gonna upgrade me and advance me so that I can keep on going and be where I want to be.
I love that. I love that. And maybe think about that, Lo. What KG was saying. I remember I had a girl on the Walking This Ways podcast. Big shout out to Kelly. And it was a young girl, and her parents, they disown her because of their religious belief. Quote unquote, if you come from a religious background, if you don't do anything that's gospel, they consider secular. So she was doing music, but they disowned her because she was doing music and she was not doing gospel. But they did not stop her from pursuing her dream. Only one that really encouraged her was her grandmother to push forward, and that girl is still doing it to this day. So it made me think about what you were saying, KG, about your family, especially in our community. They want to chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag, but a lot of people not happy chasing the bag because we're doing something to make everybody else happy. Look, why did people in college change so many majors in college? Because they're pursuing something. Take this major because you're gonna make 6 figures in, but you're not happy. You're miserable. You're gonna work miserable.
Right.
And we get stuck, and then we hate ourselves. Oh, go ahead, Lo.
Right.
It's so funny. I was just having this conversation last night. I was telling someone that I had a talk with my niece. She's my brother's, rest in peace, my brother, West Dallas, my brother Ronnie. But she's my only niece from him, and she was going to school to be a dental hygienist and paid all this freaking money, like already she has amassed $40,000 in loans. And I just sat down, you know, I always observe her. I made a promise to my brother that I would always take care of her. Whatever I have, she have. So I just had this conversation with her. I said, I gotta ask you this here, because I remember when you were in high school and you were going through the dental assisting program in high school. You hated on people at that internship at the office. You used to come home, you used to be like, dang, Amy, I can't stand them, blah, 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 blah. She would talk about that. And then after she finished the program, she had to do more internship. So I asked her, I said, baby, is this something you really want to do? Because I don't think it's something that you really want to do. And I think you know it. I said, I think you're trying to please, not just, you're trying to please everybody else. And you're not pleasing yourself. Okay? You're not going for what you want, because you just, it's the same thing in high school. You're at this internship and you hate on people. She was like, well, Aina, I can't stand when people ask me dumb questions. And then she was like, even the patience. I was like, babe, because you don't want to do it. Because you don't do it. Your heart isn't in it. And if your heart isn't in it, why are you doing it? Don't do it. And I swear that same week she changed her major, because it just didn't make any sense. I'm like, you're spending all this money for a job, because you're going to consider it a job. It's not going to be your career. It's not going to be something that you love to do. You're just going to be like, this is just my job. And I'm just making money at this point. You're just going to end up hating it.
Right.
That's an issue with a lot of people. People are people pleasers. Yeah. And they want the accolades for what the people thinks, and that's why it is a lot of miserable people. We're not supposed to function like that. That's not how God intended for us to function. He made that scripture, the scripture, your gifts will make room for you, because we are supposed to flow. Yeah. Even in the good, the bad, the ugly, we are supposed to flow. God gave us a spirit to flow, and anything that don't allow you to flow, he wants you to understand, to navigate away from it, because that's not going to get you to the path to where you want to go. First and foremost, a lot of people don't know themselves.
Yeah.
They don't take the time to get the knowledge and really sit down and understand themselves. So that's what makes them people pleasers, because people have always told them what they should do, what they could do, what is best for them or whatever, and they just take that in. And for someone like me, a free spirited, I've always been that one. If the crowd doing it, I'm gonna go the opposite way. In my mama house when I grew up, my brother's name is Street Dude, so they was Crips. I was blood. I wasn't even part of the gang, but for my room, I put red rags up, because that's all y'all doing this side. I'm gonna do the opposite side. And that made me grow. It made me see, like, just because everybody see this vision right here doesn't mean that your vision is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just your vision for yourself, and what's going to make you happy, and what's going to make you grow, and what's going to make you become the best of you. And so, like, for me, for school wasn't my thing. I wasn't a school person, so I knew college wasn't going to be my thing. And honestly, you guys, I didn't even know that this was going to be my thing. But once I wrote my book, and then I understood why God allowed me to be the person prior, that I always spoke to people, I always engaged with people, I always encouraged, I always was that kind-hearted person, especially to the misfit people, the people that people shun, the people that you might didn't have all the friends or whatever. I always gravitated towards those folks, because in my mind it's like, you got something. It's something about you why they don't like you. I want to know why they don't like you, or what it is about you that's different. And 9 out of 10, they'll be the best people once you get to know them, once you see them, and then you have somebody like me that is able to pour into their cup to let them know it's nothing wrong with you. You are being your unique self, and a lot of people who don't know how to be that is gonna always be down on you because it's something that they don't have. So
Make somebody day too.
yes,
Because like
yes.
just speaking to somebody and saying hi can make somebody day. You never know what they're going through. So I
I'm a smiler and a hugger. I don't have to know nothing about you.
right.
And you guys, when I say mom, this is my
That's
mom.
me.
That is my mom. I used to not be like that. And the older I get, the more I act like her, right? So I used to always be like, Mama, what did you wake up, you be cheerful, you always cheesing and smiling and in somebody's face. Once I got older and I went through enough, I understand the smile. I understand the hug. I understand how healing those simple things can be in somebody's life. So I
Yeah.
give.
Yeah.
You be a giver, and that plays a factor too of being a giver. And people don't understand it's not about financial all the time either. Being a giver, you can be a giver in all type of ways. So giving that smile, giving that word of encouragement, giving that hug, giving that laughter, as KG do, those things pour out, and he always gonna pour back into your cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome. You know, go ahead. I'm just listening. Like at the end of the day, you want to be happy. You want to be
Yes.
successful, and I ain't just talking about in finance, but being happy and doing
Inside.
something that you love. Yeah, what you love to do, something that's second nature to you, and something that fulfill you. Because everybody wants to be fulfilled in what they're
Mm-hmm.
called to do. You know, we hear people purpose. Everybody has a purpose, and we was talking about this last night on the other show. Finding your purpose, getting into your purpose. You'll never be fulfilled until you fulfill your purpose.
Right.
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes
So
sense. Yes.
yeah, cause you'll never be fulfilled. You'll be like, I want to do this. I want to make this happen, and that's what it is. Just like with the show this morning. I thank God for love that we are doing this show together, and already we getting the buzz. Already somebody is watching us on their big screen at home
Yes. Yes.
right now, and I seen the picture, and that's I love this. I love this because it's fulfilling to me, and the podcast is different, in my opinion, from other platforms who talk about garbage. But this platform is benefiting to the people, to the listener, to the audience on what we bring to the table. That's
Yeah,
gonna
real.
help them along the way. Just like this conversation we're having on the show this morning, it's helping someone right now. And I applaud KG for not for blocking out the naysayers, because we know the enemy can use us, the closest people to you. That happened to Jesus when Jesus was
Yes.
doing it. Hey, your mother and your brother want to see you, but he was so focused on the will that he had to do.
What did he tell you? You know I
And
was doing my father's business.
right, but see, that's the thing is blocking out the distractions, blocking out because he don't use outsiders. It's always the inside. That's been like that since the day Joseph in the Old Testament when his brothers sold him off to slavery because of the dream that he
Because
had.
them the only people that really can get to you. Think about it. Somebody on the outside that don't know nothing about you, don't know beings about you, you really could care less.
Yeah.
But the people who know you, they've been around you, they are like your parents, them are the people that you supposed to look up to. Your siblings are, you know, those people are close to you. So when they say something, they words have power. A close friend that has been around, they voice have power in your life. That's why they're as close as they are to you. So that's why he's able to use them the way that he uses them. And sometimes they don't even know. Like for me, I grew up and I had a friend. She didn't even know that she was a negative in my life until we got older because she didn't see what I saw. She didn't see how I saw it. And for me, I'm a person that digs deep. So if I love you, I'm trying to figure out your why, your this, your that, so I can be this person to you. Everybody's not like that. So when you have the opposite coming back towards you and you trying to be this person to them, it comes off, it might rub you wrong. And then once I got older, I just understood she didn't see how I seen and she wasn't taught like I was taught. Um, and it was okay. It was okay because your enemies is your footstool. And even if they don't know they're your enemy, they are your footstool. All the negative stuff that came in life was the things that catapulted my life. So you have to be thankful for the good and the bad and the people who don't see it, because God will show. He don't use the ones that think they got it all. He uses the ones that don't have, to other people, don't have nothing or can't be this, or they don't see your vision. Just to let him know that I work. I know how to work this. I know how to do this. He's a God of, what is it called? Not just miracles, but the unforeseen things.
Yeah. And
I
it's
think it's
awesome.
I think it's important that, because I'm listening to what you're saying, I think it's important to also just kind of just throw it in there as well, that because when we talk about our community, how and I know how our family might have that effect on us, but and I hope that this is what's talked about a little bit during your event, is the mental health part of our
Yes.
community. Because
Yes.
and now I'm on a serious note. Look,
No, for real, because it's
it is
trauma.
it
We
is
come from
very,
trauma.
yes, it is
Yeah.
and it's a cycle. And I think this
Yes.
generation is, they haven't seen as much trauma, but they're seeing their trauma. They're seeing,
Hmm.
but they're exposing it more. Like for my age group,
I was just gonna say our age group is the ones that's opening that door, because our foreparents, they were taught to sweep things under the rug, not talk about them. It was taboo to talk about the bad or whatever.
I mean, I don't know. I was taught the same thing. So I mean, I might be a little bit older. I don't know. So I mean,
I
it's,
mean, I
yeah.
think we're around the same age group. So it was it. I know for me, I speak out because of that, of the trauma. I want to break those cycles, because you have to. A lot of things in our community was not taught. We were not the race that got the best of the best. We were at the low of the low. So everything that our people come from, it come from hurt, pain, trauma, violence, and all of that. So that's what's in us. Even when you try to do, even when our people try to do good, it's always something backlash, always something negative coming to try to knock us down, to try to get us. That's trauma on your brain. And if you are not a person that sits back and really try to work through those things, you only gonna keep on living a cycle. You only gonna keep on pouring it out. I am an advocate of speaking about mental health, because from my family,
I
my
love
uncle
that.
killed my granddaddy due to mental health.
Yeah.
I we have dealt with some really, really hard times, but God is still good. He implement people like us in our family that are there to do the hard work and break those generational curses by standing up to it, speaking, voicing, um, not letting the backlash take you down, but just standing in your truth. So I'm a real big advocate of mental health, especially for our community, because we do need to know, we do need to understand, it's okay. It's okay. You can be way better than what you think. Mediocre lifestyle was not our lifestyle. That's not what we were supposed to have. We are royalty. We are kings and queens. We are
Right.
supposed to have the best of the best. And when somebody like me that comes from trauma, all of that, and then you see me on this platform, or you see me, doing speaking engagements, I'm a person just like you, and you can do all these things as well. So that's what I really do it for, to show people, like, it don't matter where you come from, it don't matter um who you thought you were, you do the work. And be with God. I don't have nothing for people but God. That's my everything. I'm nothing without him. And um he made sure that even when I didn't see, he made sure to put me in places and around people that seen and was able to captivate the gift inside of me to push me forward. And the negative things didn't do anything. They didn't do what the devil thought they were going to do, is keep me stuck. No, they catapulted me to be better, to do better, to want better, to have better, and to also want that for other people. So that's why I do what I do.
Well, what do you say to people that don't know God, that haven't found God, that is in a position to where they don't know who their God is, or they're on that spiritual awakening at that moment? Like, what do you say to people in that position who need
So,
help, who needs that support, who is going through that type of trauma or trauma bonding, or because I realized over just my course of life, a lot of people who have experienced the same type of trauma will bond together and create their freaking trauma, which
trauma bond.
yes, it's trauma
Yes.
bonding. So, what do
I
you
tell the
say to
truth.
people that don't know how to get there, that doesn't know, hey, that God is my, my savior, or, what do you say about that?
For me, because I don't push God on people, because I understand it. At one point in time in my life, like I said, I grew up in church, but I strayed away.
Yeah.
I walk in my truth. I can only tell you and guide you on the way that I walk. So for me, if I know that you're not spiritually aware, I actually it's a prime example. I have a coworker that told me he was atheist when we first started, and I'm like, oh, okay, I love you still, and I just showed him love. I showed him love. I gave him nuggets when he felt like he was dealing with things. And I only got what I got, what's inside of me. And he would come to me and just be like, I never thought about things like this. And he was like, my mom will love you. Because his mom was a spiritual person. He just wasn't. And God uses other people to help navigate your life. And it doesn't have to be you beating them down with Jesus. Jesus did this, Jesus. No, I don't talk. I won't even bring it up like that, but I'll give you love. Because love conquers all. That's what the gift that you give someone that don't know, and you show them the things that you do know. And some people are not for you. Everybody is not your workmanship.
Yeah.
So the people that gravitate towards you, you be authentically yourself and you love, and that'll conquer it all.
Yeah, because the scripture say he ran on the just as well as the unjust. And then it tells
Mm-hmm,
about love your neighbor, you love yourself.
mm-hmm.
That's us. No, we are to love your neighbor, you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't love no one else. So it has to
Cannot.
start with self first, and especially with that spiritual development. And y'all speak about trauma. I'm considered a millennial because I was born in 1982. So I'm in that millennial group. But
You're in a
just
great
the fact
balance.
of, oh yeah. And
You got the
speaking of
best of both
just to,
worlds.
but and it's a blessing to talk about these things because we're talking about more healing now. Even the scripture says,
Yes,
confess your faults one to another, we may be healed. So it's
yes,
God's will for us to be healed. And then we better talk about these uncomfortable conversations.
right.
And then we put these things on the table. I remember I had a married couple on the other show. And before they got together, they talked about everything. They put everything down on the table to address the thing. Okay, before we actually get into marriage, these are things we need to talk about. These are things we need to discuss, so we won't have to hit these roads during the middle. Anyway, but I love how they did that because they had very uncomfortable conversations, and I learned is now that it's important to have these conversations because
Very.
yeah, because you gotta realize people dealt. I do know because you have people who being physically assaulted, sexually
Yes,
assaulted.
yes.
Because it was a story. A man was sharing the story. He was with a woman, and he didn't know she was sexually assaulted at an early age. She only
Mm-hmm.
when that happened because they was an intimate. They were being intimate together. They was in a certain position, and it traumatized her
To her. Yep.
until she opened up and said, "Hey, yeah, someone had me in the position. They assaulted me." But this stuff is real, and we don't think about this kind of stuff. So you need to know, hey, were you assaulted before, physically, sexually? These are things we need to talk about because how that's where the patience come in at, and that's when you know how to
Right.
handle a person. You got to think about it. Trust is being destroyed.
Yes.
So if I was sexual assaulted, physical assaulted, then you might do me the next. If that makes sense. So now it's
Right.
like the person has to be patient and learn how to embrace this person because these are things we never talked about.
Right. And And that plays a major factor in our relationships, is talking about the we come in, as people say, they had a representative. For me, I want to come in and I want to give you the full me, not just the made up me, the beautiful me. Because if we're gonna grow together, you're gonna see the ugly me. And I would rather for you to have a choice than for us to go on and you don't know, and then we get here and you don't know how to deal with it. Or you don't have the patience or the want to deal with that part of me. Because all of us come with good and bad.
Right.
Those are conversations that need to be had, that need to be spoken on, because it's the reality of it. And a lot of people are ashamed of things that happen. For me, I was touched from the time I was 4 till I was 10. I didn't know nothing else with men other than that part of me. So for a long time, that's how I maneuvered until I decided to heal, to decided to face the things that actually, caused the way of me being. And that comes with maturity, that comes with time, that comes with a want. You have to want to face certain things in your life so you can get over them, and you are able to maneuver in life in a different way, in a healthier way. And speaking on them is the only way you can get past it. You can't shut it down and think that it's not going to come back up. You just putting a band-aid over it. For me, I'm a rip the band-aid person. I want to heal. So take that band-aid off, let that sore open up, let it heal, let all of the things that's supposed to come, so you can move forward in a way that make you a better person in this world. Because if you don't, you'll pour out on somebody else, and they don't deserve that.
I know,
Right.
right? I agree like that.
Because systematically we already like kind of like damage
Mm-hmm.
as a people anyways, because of like the slavery and the racism and all this that comes against black people. And then not only that in our lives, but then we also do have that childhood trauma and the
Mm-hmm.
trauma and all these other things that stacked against us. And the only way that I can see that we can get out of it is that we talk to one another,
Mm-hmm.
and we share our experiences, and we just put God in it. We put God
Right.
and we let God heal us by releasing some of this
The negative,
yeah,
the
the
toxic.
negativity that we have. That way, I'm talking to you, Winnie. You might been through something that I've been through, or I talk to you, Furman. You might can give me some information on stuff that you've been through that can help my life, and we just talk about it, and we grow with that aspect of having God in place, and God can always heal us. God can always heal.
And then for the thing that Lo said, for people who don't know God and don't know that He their Savior, is you being honest about what happened and what went on, and just letting them know, whatever you believe in, your higher power, your inner self,
Right,
you have to want to heal, because that's
right,
the main thing. You have to want to know that, especially when you were a child and you didn't have the access to help yourself. Just know that those things did happen, and they were unfortunate events that happened, but they didn't break you, they didn't stop you, they didn't define you. Those things don't define who you are.
right.
And giving that to somebody and giving love to them will help them grow as well. But I'm big on, it has to be a want, because
Hmm.
some people sit in pity parties of what happened and their why and all of that. I can only give you so much, but you have to want to heal. You have to want to come out of that mindset, because it's a mindset that hinders us. And it's most people don't know that they have a poverty mindset because they don't know what it is. You have to, it's true what he say, lack of knowledge will kill you. You need to know. You need to want to know. You need to want to know your why. You need to want to know what can help you be better. You need to want to go after the things that'll help you grow and not keep you stuck and stagnant in one space.
And that's why it's so important that we have resources out there specifically for our community. Because I will say this one thing. There has not been not one woman that I have met in my life. I'm from West Dallas. Okay. Straight up Dallas. Okay.
That's correct.
And I've worked at a jail for like 25 years. Okay.
Jesus.
Not one woman that I know, not no co-worker, not an inmate that I have never met that have never been sexually assaulted.
Right.
The only person I can honestly say is my own daughter, because I will go to hell.
Do you hear me? You cover them because you know what happens. You know what could go on.
I've been where you at, Winnie. I've been where you at. So yes, I know from experience, and I know how it's sometimes we don't know how to ask for help, and it's something that you don't even realize it until you get older. Sometimes
until you get older and you going through this stuff and you dealing, you like, why do I do this, or why is this happening to me? For me, once I realized my tick, I was like, God, you gotta heal me. And it was when I seen my daughter's face. I had my son, my kids are 5 years and 6 months apart from each other. And it was a difference from having my son. I had my son and I still was kind of wild, and I was able to move around. I was able to do stuff. I was able to do both my kids, but with my son, he was the first grandbaby he's the only child on his dad's side. So I had a village out this world. So I didn't have to really pay attention like that. When I had my daughter, it's like seeing a reflection of yourself in human form, and all I could think was, I have to make sure she don't go through what I went through. Now, I was like that about both of my kids, so I'm very honest and transparent with them. Baby, don't close no doors. We don't play mama and daddy in here. We don't do none of that, and this is the reason why. I'm big on explaining, because when you don't know, you curious. We are curious people. That's in us. We're gonna, if we see something, we hear something, we smell something, we're going to go look into it. I mean, we're going to try to figure it out. And then you have people that are telling you these things all because of a cycle. Like for men, if you're not sexually active by this age, you weak, you ain't this, you ain't that. I teach my son, guard yourself. Your body, your temple is everything. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to do that. You more of a man than anybody if you honor your body and honor yourself and don't go do that. I teach my daughter that too, because that wasn't told to me. And it's not because my mama didn't want me to be the best. She could only give me what she had.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think sometimes mothers, specifically mothers from back in our day, just didn't know how, because they taught that.
They went through so much too. My mom was in an abusive relationship, so I'm 9 and 11 years younger than my brothers now, right? They got one part of life and I got one part of her. I got the part where she started healing. I got the part to where she was starting to learn herself for real outside of that relationship. So it was a lot of stuff that kind of lacked, but it wasn't intentional. It was because she didn't know. She was trying to grow and learn herself and do things. And then, in the house, I never spoke about what happened. My mom didn't figure out what happened to me until my very first conference in 2018. And it was because she told me one thing. My mom told me, if anybody ever did anything to you, I'll kill them and I'll go to jail. Baby, you ain't going to jail on my watch. Okay, I'll just deal with it, So it's a lot that comes with the background of us. It's a lot that comes with the healing of us. And it's a lot that comes with the understanding. Once you get understanding, God taught me, accept it, acknowledge it, accept it, and then I'll give you understanding. A lot of stuff that we go through, the good and the bad work together. A lot of stuff that has happened, I know for me, it happened because he knew I was going to be this person, even when I didn't know I was going to be this person, to be able to talk, to be able, I'm once I got past a certain age, I wasn't fearful of nothing, because it was like I went through so much early. It didn't make me fearful of a lot of stuff moving forward. So now I don't have a spirit of fear, because I was able to get through the stuff that was considered the worst of the worst in the beginning, early, before I even had knowledge of how to.
Yeah. And I I think it's, it's, I heard some, so KG earlier you had said that you came from a 2-parent home. I don't hear nobody say one parent. So,
Yeah,
but you had mom and dad.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. I had them both in the picture, but I was mainly with my mom. But I did have them both in the picture. But my dad, he was still wilding, doing his thing as men would be doing. So my mom kind of raised me and my sister and brother. So that's kind of where I got some of my values from, because my mom also was living with my grandmother when she was raising us at one point. So then I was being able to be blessed to be raised by my grandma as well. So you can say that's a 2-parent household, because my grandmother and my mom, they was like a package deal to make sure that her children kind of grew up in the right direction. And my grandma, growing up, she was a evangelist in the church, so she was really strict in some aspect of having us have values and core morals in regards to Jesus Christ and God. So like most of my experiences come from me uh, leaving my mom's house at like 18 years old and trying to figure out life on my own and going through college and all of this and that. So all of that aspect kind of changed me and changed my views on how I actually view the world, and I actually view God as a whole. And once I started realizing that God is real first and foremost, and that Jesus Christ is real, then it kind of changed my whole outlook on how I even live my life. I pray before every major activity. I pray before I wake up. I give God thanks every time I wake up, and I get food to eat and things like this and that. So like God has been a big factor in my life as me growing as a man and becoming a man in retrospect, and just want to lead my family into the right direction. So yeah, I would say I did come in a 2-parent household, but majority it was like a 1-parent household, and my mom was just still in the figuring it out phase, and me being a man and then having my older brother, we didn't want another man to come in and try to like throw off the whole cycle of what my mom happiness is about. Yeah, my mom did have relationships and things like that, but and from my vision, I feel like they wasn't working out because it wasn't no kind of structure from having an outside man come in and actually try to have genuine love and care for kids that's not even his. So it was kind of it was difficult, but like the growing process of it all, it kind of like strengthened me, and it made me the person that I am today, and I'm proud of it.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
I want to say one other thing about.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Winnie.
It's okay. I was just thinking about this as he was talking or whatever. How do you teach somebody something if you don't know it?
Right.
How do you teach somebody something that you're not aware of? I know we have pastors and we have this that went to school, but for me, my schooling was real life. And so when I'm pouring into somebody or I'm engaging with them, it's from experience, and I know the feeling.
Right.
It's some stuff you can't explain to people or people not able to verbalize, but because I know the feeling, I'm able to verbalize it for them. Like, I know you went through this because I know that feeling. I know how to help you in a way that maybe somebody else just can't, because they don't know what it feel like. They don't know what the thoughts that come in your head when this certain situation happened to you, and you wasn't able to express yourself, or you wasn't able to really hone in on the why did it happen to me. Once, for me, I did question it for a little while, but then like KG said, the relationship with God, I start understanding
Right.
like
Right.
it wasn't just for me.
Right.
It happened to me,
It's
but it wasn't for me.
it's for you to do the work. It's for you to do.
Yes, it's for me to do his
God.
work. It's for me to be able to teach his people and and move forward like that. And so
It's
I
a, it's a gift that God gave you.
yes.
He know that can nobody else
Mhm,
accept this gift and carry this weight and carry this cross. So he gave it to you because you were strong enough to carry the cross.
mhm,
And when he gave you that gift, you're not supposed to hold on to that gift. That's just like my comedy.
mhm.
I'm not supposed to hold on to this comedy for myself. I'm supposed to go out and make people laugh and make people happy and do God's work and preach the word and tell people about the good things that God did for me and the good things
Right.
He do for you. Like it's the gift, it's the benefit and the blessing that God have blessed you with to carry that type of cross. Because
Mhm.
people ain't got no strong willpower, and most people don't have a strong mindset,
Right.
or they might feel like all this pressure is on them, and they want to give up and kill themselves, or give up and just stop it all. So it's like God wouldn't give you a burden that you couldn't carry, or give you a blessing that you wasn't ready for. So
Mhm.
you're definitely God's prodigy and God's product and what He's trying to do with you, and that's the reason why we're all here on the phone
Yeah.
now together and sharing these experiences, because God has spoke to each and every one of us on this phone in regards to spreading the gospel and spreading His work and doing His work. Even Freeman posting this podcast on social media and stuff like that, so other people can see it, not just us, so other people can see it. That's God allowing us to be blessed to spread the work that He's wanting us to do. We got to be able to do God's work. With us being on this in this world and not doing nothing for God, not doing not one thing for God, God's gonna say, "Depart from me, I do not know you."
Knew you.
Hmm.
And I don't want to hear that. I promise you, not at the end of all this. I
Right,
don't want to hear that. And it's a blessing because it's a twofold thing. When I'm up here doing this, I know for me, it's healing.
right,
It's healing as well. It's a double-edged sword. I pour out and know that I help somebody else. That
Helping
is
yourself. Yeah.
me. That's
Yes.
healing for me. That's healing those parts of me that nobody else knows.
right,
That's on the inside. Because it let me know it wasn't in vain. It
right,
wasn't in vain. None of it was in vain. It has its purpose and it has its time for it to unfold.
right.
So that makes you thankful. I know for me it does.
And then just talking with people like y'all, it already confirmed to me that God has already told me what He was going to do for me, and He said it in His Word that if you abide in Him, He would abide in you.
Burning
All you
you.
got to do
Right.
Hmm.
is just do His work, do His what He wants you to do, His will, and He will bless you with any and everything that you want. Like, I mean everything. I mean, it can be the smallest to the largest thing in the world. He will give it to you, and you wouldn't even know how it came, but He will give it.
Right.
Continue to do His work, and you continue to just praise His name and not put other praises above Him, because people get sidetracked and they'll want to get praised by social media views or social
Hmm.
media likes and praises by human hands. But God said, if you want that, that's your reward. That is your
That's
reward.
it.
That's
Yep.
your. You don't get no other reward after that. So if you want all these social media likes and you want people to say, "Oh, praise comedian KG," or "I love comedian KG," and all this and that, that's your reward. That's
Yep.
your reward right there. You don't have no reward in heaven. And my goal is to do God's work so I can have reward in heaven. Like, all this work right here don't mean nothing to me. I'm just doing God's work so I can make everybody happy, take away people's anxiety, take away people's negative feelings, make people feel like there is hope. And that's my job as a comedian. If I'm not making you laugh and I'm not doing my job, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And God said it Himself. As long as you do His work and do His will, anything that you want and your desires is His, is yours.
Mhm.
Right. Well, definitely. I'm,
You just
I'm,
make
I'm
you
I'm
making
loving
me
it.
smile so big
I
because I
love it.
love to see our black men have
Yeah.
an understanding because I pray for our community so much, especially our black men because y'all are the leaders. Y'all lead us. And y'all are so powerful. And for me, just to see you and the love you have, the understanding you have is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. And you are supposed to be on stages like that to show other Black men you can do this. And it doesn't have to be in a negative way. It doesn't have to be you don't have to be this tough macho all of that. You know, you are be who you are designed to be, and it's okay to be calm, cool, collective, and love God.
Right.
And He will guide your path. And you don't have to be this perfect individual. That's another thing that I be wanting people to see. God is not a religion. You have to have a relationship with Him to
Ooh, that's
understand.
good. I love that.
For you to understand Him, because His ways is not our ways, and His thoughts is not our thoughts. And when I say God is the realest, you can think you the realest on the street. God is the realest, because what you think is evil, God will use it for His good. Or what you think is bad, like y'all don't even understand. I had people that didn't like me because I had tattoos. I used to have piercings all in my face, and my heart was.
Oh, I would have loved
I would do anything for you, but because they judged me off of what I look like and who they thought I was, you miss your blessing. Yeah. You miss your blessing, and then when you figured it out, it was like, yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover, because God gonna use somebody like me because I'm willing. And I don't mean no harm. I don't want nobody to go through nothing bad, because I know what they feel like. I know what they feel like.
I do want to point out one thing though, because I feel you 1,000%. I feel like I have been that person within my family, because I come from a family of patriarchs. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just what it is. I had women, some very, very strong women in my family. Mm-hmm. Look, when I tell you, I felt it began to become a burden, and it will become a burden if you don't know how to handle it.
If you don't know how to handle it,
take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. You are helping everybody, because everybody's energy is not good. You know,
it's not.
So you gotta when you take on their energy, you're taking on their burdens, you're taking on their pain, you're taking on all that is coming within you. You gotta make sure you take care of yourself and ask God for you.
In the last 5 years, He taught me that. Like I just told somebody this yesterday. The overflow is for them. When He fill your cup up, it's for you. The overflow is for the other people. Mm-hmm. So now, how I move and how I walk, I understand my presence. So beforehand, you don't understand your presence. And so you will be around everybody. You let people have access to you. Now I understand my presence. Everybody can't have access to me.
Exactly.
You know, I don't give to everybody.
They will
I don't give to everybody. I pour what I'm supposed to pour in the atmospheres that I'm supposed to, and other stuff I just sit back and I just watch, and I be like, God, them your kids. You got them better than I got them.
as God continue to work on the individual, like that will automatically become a thing. Like you will automatically start being able to feel the type of energy that's around. You can go and you can walk inside of a whole mall and you can know that there's some bad energies in this mall, because God is working on you and He's working on your spirit. So your spirit is gonna have so much discernment that these other spirits might need help. Them other spirits might need your spirit to talk to them and to take off some of this negativity, or to stop them from jumping off a building, or stop them from robbing a bank or something. So sometimes there is those negative spirits, but God will work on you, and you will have
you when and where and your why. And once you get done, He'll pour back into your cup.
Exactly.
He'll fill you back up afterwards. So
exactly.
So I had to learn that myself. Yeah. I'm so glad because I feel like over the past couple of years myself, I had to learn that and how to control that, because I saw this meme or video or something that talks about people pleasing. I know we spoke about it earlier, and I never really thought of myself as a people pleaser.
You don't until you be that person and you think about why you always every time
I always jumping in and I'm wait. I'm giving way too much. Hold up. Wait a minute, you know. I'm giving you the ideas. I'm you know, and that's okay because I love to see people thrive. I want to see people do well, and that's why I love giving out free info. I don't feel like I remember growing up in the household where, you know, they were like, no, if you got something good, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
No, share.
I used to hate that. I'd be like, why? Why would you do that?
Share. It's up to them. You're supposed to give out. But no, once I figured out about that, like I'm a giver. I'm a giver at heart. That's who I am. In more ways than one. Once I understood reciprocation and how much it was bothering me that the people that I was around at certain times, I could give to them and they couldn't give me nothing. And I would be like, why do I always feel drained? Like I always feel drained and I always sluggish. And he started telling me, he started talking to me, started putting me in atmospheres of, you see how you feel when you with this person? It's because they do exactly what you do. They take the time to understand who you are, what you need, and your value. They see your value. A lot of people don't see your value until you gone out their life. Because you always doing this. You always trying to make sure they okay. You always trying to do this. God told me everybody not your work.
Exactly.
I am everything to everybody. You just somebody that I use at the time. Once I got an understanding of that, because in our community, you know, it's taught you be there for your family. You do this, you do that, you know.
Yeah.
Baby, look here. Y'all got the same 24 hours in a day that I got. You got the same knowledge because social media, everything teaches you a lot of stuff nowadays. You gotta want this. You're not finna make me feel bad because Tay and them don't want it, but you want me to do all the work and then come over here and give you all my charms and my jewels, and you still go back and do the same foolery. No, thank you. No, thank you. I go to that part where he tell us, baby, don't waste your gifts on swine. Dust your feet if they don't accept
You don't catch a purple for a swine.
Don't accept it, dust your feet and keep on going. It's okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it go back to the point of.
Go ahead.
I would say if it go to the point. Now you good. It's going back to the point of going back to loving yourself. You know, it's nothing wrong with loving yourself. He said that love dynamics, you love yourself.
Yeah.
And now that cause Paul, because even Paul says, no man yet hate his own flesh, but nurse and cherish it. So it's good for us to love ourselves. That's something we would never taught. We were taught to love this person. That's I never tell them. I'm not gonna tell a woman completes me because I don't believe in a woman complete me. I'm already complete with or without her.
Right.
I'm not gonna say she's my better half because I am my half, the whole half. And I hate when people say that. Because we used to say that. We used to say that junk like they was cute. Oh, that's my better half. She completes me.
That's the lack of knowledge. That's the thing. That's why we are supposed to do what we're doing. And another thing is, God will have you sow the seed in somebody, but He'll have somebody else come water it. And that's what you have to understand. You don't have to get the whole vision of it. Like He'll use you to sow that seed, and they might not understand it because there was a lot of people that sowed seeds in me, and at times I did not understand it. Until God got me to the space to where them seeds popped up and was like, oh, this what you were talking about. This what you were giving me. I know how to implement it now. God is a God of proactive instead of being reactive, even though He can be reactive to your disobedience or your lack of knowledge. But He is really a proactive God. He'll give you all the stuff you need to where you're going. And a lot of people don't think about where they're going. They think about the right now. They think about the moment, or they stay stuck in the past.
Or they go the wrong way. They go follow their friends. They get all the good equipment from God, and then they go follow their friends and go over there with Satan at, and they go party and drinking and popping mollies and all this other stuff.
They gotta come right back around the corner.
He done get whole backpack full of successful tools to go be successful, but yet you still want to go follow your friends and do what they doing because they blessings is not your blessings. Your blessings is not their blessings. So when you get the equipment that God need to give you, you got to go and follow your own path. You got to go and stay focused on your own journey and ask God, what direction do you want me to go? God, you gave me the tools. Now lead me in the direction that I need to go because I don't want to go back over there.
But once again, what you say, I don't want to. It got to be a want. I'm big on it. Got to be a want. I look you in your face, and because he say know the spirit, by the spirit, test the spirit, right? Because I have and the only way you know how to do that is if you dealt with them spirits, right? So I be around people, and I know when you really want to do it, or if you just you just want some attention. Right. And he have people like me that ain't scared, but because I done been back in their life. I know how to fight on both sides. I know how to fight in the spirit and in the flesh. So I'm not scared about nothing. You got people like me that tell you to your face. I mean, I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but I can feel you.
Right.
A lot of people are not. A lot of people don't be ready for that. Right. They don't be ready for the raw and uncut of dang. She see me. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. I'm gonna tell you to your face. I'm not gonna talk behind your back. I'm not gonna spread it. I'm gonna cover you as I do this. I'm gonna do it in love, but I'm gonna tell you to your face, baby. Now your slip is showing. You doing this, and this is why you doing this. And if you don't want to be better, I'm not gonna sit around here and let you waste my time because time we can't get back. Everything else,
no, you can't.
Back.
That is so true.
Well, I believe this. I believe it takes two willing individuals to make some work. I always believe in that. One person can't do it everything. Because I can't carry you because you carry that person across your shoulder on that finish line. Before you reach that finish line, what you gonna do? You gonna buckle down and you gonna laugh and y'all both gonna fall.
I'm steady trying to go up. If you're not trying to go up with me, you only gonna do nothing but you gonna pull me down. I can't come back down there with you. I'm sorry.
Right. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of building a relationship. It's learning to relate. We can't have no ship if we don't relate.
Thank you.
Relationship. It didn't say should relate. It said relationship. So we have to learn how to relate. That's what makes teams great. When you actually sit down and have a bond with your teammate to build a great chemistry. One, we getting to know each other on that personal level. You learning me, I'm learning you. Okay, now we're gonna make this thing happen. That's just me. That's why I love building relationships. Because it's been a blessing.
Right? Because different perspectives.
Right.
Different perspectives work.
Right.
Another thing that people don't understand, you can get to the same place in different directions, just like the GPS. GPS give you 4 different directions to start you off. One is gonna be the one with the tolls, the other one gonna be the one that's fastest, the other one gonna be the one without if you don't like driving on the freeway, it's gonna give you multiple directions or whatever.
We're going in the same direction.
But we all going in the same directions. That's what he tells us to be equally yoked. If you're not equally yoked, you're gonna have a hard time because y'all gonna be clashing against each other. And most people don't understand that. And it does not mean that y'all are the same people. No, equally yoked means we want the same stuff, but I have this strength, which is your weakness. I can help you. You have this strength, which is my weakness. You can help me so we can guide and go.
Compliment. We compliment each other. Do you remember the song? The song with Fabulous and Neo. He said in the lyrics, "I'm good up on myself, but we are.
But I'm the force when we together.
We are together." Yeah, I'm saying. And so even I'm moving by myself, but you make me better. But it goes to humble yourself. You mentioned earlier when you said men has to be leaders. Yes, we are, but we still have to humble ourselves. And I said humble ourselves because ladies, and I'm saying this on the podcast today, have a voice. And I know one feel like she does not have a voice because we don't know it all. Because you can see something I don't see. But I have to humble myself and listen to that. I had a show, like I said, on the other show. And I was saying if I was married and I had someone on the outside ask, hey, can they borrow some money? I was sitting talking to my wife about it. The guy said, man, you're supposed to be the leader. You shouldn't do that. First of all, it's respect because you don't know what we got going on. It's working together as one. That makes sense? I'm not going to take it upon myself to do something because at the end of the day, she's going to feel disrespected. she's gonna feel like, dang, why he just doing stuff like consideration? That's just me. That's just me. That's
you gotta talk to the
listen
team.
to this about it.
You being a still gotta talk to the team. That's like the coach. A coach is the leader of a basketball team, but he's still gonna talk to the team to get the play together.
Right. And then I got another one. Y'all the head, right? We the neck. Can you do something without your neck?
Right.
Can you do something without your neck? No, you cannot. So it all of it work together. We talk about, women being submissive, and we talk about these things. You have to really understand what that means. That goes back to lack of knowledge will kill you. Because when you understand it, when you understand what God meant by us being together, it all was a team effort to get to a certain destination. We are working together to get to where we're going. I'm no better than you, and you know better than me, but because men think logical, they don't think with their emotions, which helps us to see stuff when we emotionally. You help stable us out and think like, okay, baby, you're right. Let me calm down. Let me do this. Men, because you are logical and you don't think with your emotions. Some stuff we come in and say, baby, well, I understand what you mean, but you need to do this because this is going to help captivate everybody in the situation. Right. So both parties are to be submissive to each other. Both parties are to align with each other, because when you are partnership, you're becoming one. When you become one, then y'all can move like that. In the beginning, it's gonna take some friction. Just like, you chew a piece of bubble gum, you get one piece, you get another piece, and you chew it together. But once it comes together, it's hard to pull it apart.
I don't necessarily think I think it just
what you say, Lo?
I just think it just kind of depends. I think sometimes you can be great together, even at the beginning, and then just as the years go on, I'm a believer that people change over time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've been married. It doesn't matter how long you've been together. You will change. You will definitely. And sometimes where you are equally yoked, you're not equally yoked anymore. And I think that's why we are seeing a lot of separations.
But that's where the truth comes in. That's where the truth comes in, and having those challenging conversations. I definitely agree with you on that, because I had a best friend. That's my sister. We were friends since 7th grade. We went through so many different things throughout life. Our lives is not aligned now. In my heart, that's still my sister, but that's not a person that I align myself with like it used to be, because our mindsets are different. And it doesn't lack the love. It just we both have understanding of where we at this time. And so I definitely understand your statement, though. You can be these people, but once again, knowing thyself, being able to have those challenging conversations, being accountable for who you are, and aligning yourself with people who are going the way that you need to go, and letting God lead. Sometimes sometimes it is a season thing. Sometimes it is a person that, like with my kid's father, first of all, I never thought I was gonna have 2 baby daddies. And they was gonna be baby daddies. I never thought that, none of that was gonna happen. But those were seasonal people that I tried to make permanent in my life. But that's because I lacked the knowledge. I lacked the self-awareness. I lacked the confidence. I was insecure. I wasn't even me yet making these decisions.
I feel like that's kind of the thing that hinders us as people, is that we want to find somebody that we like, or we think
not who God got for you.
Or that we think is cute, or we think is this or that. And that's the thing, that we putting this person too much on a pedestal, and not even focusing on the fact that God comes first. You gotta put God first. If I put God first, and I say, God, you are the head of my house, you lead in my life, whatever your will is, let it be done. God, I'm following you, I trust you, I'm putting all my faith in you. Then God will send you somebody with the same mindset and the same mentality and the same willingness to want to pursue God as you. and y'all will be matched together, and y'all will be focused on the same goal, and can't nothing break that bond because it's all centered around God and Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think when we young and we are our younger selves, and we
Yeah.
17 and 18 and 16 and 20 and all of these, we haven't really took the time out to
Yeah.
even understand
Sure.
or realize the power that God has, because we so young minded and we so such in our youth that we haven't grew up yet. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that if we just allow ourselves to grow up a little bit, not just grow up in life, but grow up in God. If we
Yeah.
grow up in God and we understand that God is the head of our household and head of our life, then anything after that, God is going to make sure that it works perfectly. It's going to fall in line perfectly. But since we so young and we want to
Mhm.
do everything our way, and we so impulsive as young youthful individuals, and we got all of our youth, and we got all of our limbs, all 5 and 10 of our fingers and both of our arms, and we just feel untouchable, then we don't even look to God because we already have everything we need. We already have everything we need.
Anyway.
So when we looking, so when we looking towards the future of everything, like having a family and a kid and a house and all this other stuff, we don't even see that yet because we so youthful, like we got everything. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need nothing else. And then when we get a little older and we start thinking that, hey, we do need some of this stuff, and then we start getting closer to God, and then we feel like, hey, if I would have found God years ago,
Thank you. Oh, the life would have been so different, but it was not made like that, and that's the beautiful
But
thing.
and
It
that's
wasn't
I'm gonna
made
say
in
this
that manner.
too.
so young in
Yeah, I'm
our
gonna
own
say this too.
mind.
Go ahead. I'm gonna say this too, because the scripture say he restored the years
Do
that
you
the
hear
cake
me?
weren't put away. He restored years. So everything we feel like we missed out on, he restored the years
Yep,
that was
exactly,
taken. And
exactly.
I believe that when everything is set up, you'll walk right into it. I know KG, you mentioned something about the relationship, especially as guys, as boys. We went after the finest girl because how she physically looked. And we got
Mm-hmm.
caught up on that. We didn't understand
But
about
not her
getting to know
mindset.
the character. Yeah, 'cause
I
it's all
ain't
about
here.
the character because
I ain't here, cause
you can
baby,
be
I like rough.
physically appealing,
Frank
but
ain't
your
got nothing
character
up
make you ugly. Right,
Right.
because I come across women who are physically attractive, but their character makes them ugly. How they treat people, how
Yeah.
they talk to people, how they conduct themselves. And that's the type of person you want to have a child with. That's why I learned it's about character. At my age, at
Mm-hmm.
43, it's all
Yeah.
about I want to know your
But it took
character.
time. That
It
takes
took
time.
time.
Cause like
It
you said,
takes
for
time because
me, it
guys,
took
and it just be
time.
real. And it just be real
Yes.
to show. God, we fall in love with the body, the booty, the teeth.
Yeah.
It just be real because we all adults
Mm-hmm.
on the show. We get caught up in that.
You get caught
Young,
up in the
dumb, full of
looks. You get
cum.
caught up. I know for
Right.
me as a woman, you get caught up in the looks. You get caught up in the swag. You get caught up in oh, everybody like him. I know in me with my son's dad, he was a high school receiving running back or whatever. He was popular,
A
and
job.
so
Yeah, a
for
job.
me, yeah. So for me, it's like, oh, and he like me. Oh yeah, but me being me, yes, I'm beautiful. I'm this, but you don't even know these things at the time. You
Right.
don't.
Right.
You don't know on the inside. I'm insecure. I don't even know, I don't even know my beauty at this time. I don't know none of this about myself. So I'm all on his jock. I'm gonna go through any and everything about him and not valuing myself and knowing my worth. But those is growing
Yeah.
nuggets.
Right.
Those are growing nuggets that God implemented in me because not just from him, but from his family, I learned a lot of things. I learned stuff that I didn't learn at home from his mom. So God knew what he used the bad for the good. Even
Yeah.
with my daughter's dad. Now I got one and one. I got one, he's an upstanding gentleman, and then I got one, he young and thugging it. Old anyway, but I got
Hmm.
one and one because I call them both of my personalities. I got one that I wanted to be right, I wanted to do right, and then I got one where I went to what I knew, thug house, fun, and we just outside doing stuff. But I needed both of them. I needed both of them
Right.
to get me to this woman that I am now, to understand my value, to understand my worth, to understand myself, to get to know what I liked and what I didn't like, what I wanted and what I didn't want. I needed that. And for my kids, I needed them too because they helped me stay grounded. They helped me stay align. They help me to want to be better because I know it's not just me I'm doing this for. They watching me. It's not about what I'm telling them. They are watching me. Kids don't do what you say, they do what you do.
Right.
Right about that. I'll never forget. So in order, so what pushed me really to get my degree was when I was having a conversation with my kids. I have 3, and they all ganged up on me one day and was like, "Mama, you and Daddy always pushing us to want to go to college, but you don't even have a degree." I was like, "What? Excuse me?"
Like them kids will check you real quick, and it be your kids.
They roasted me. They roasted me. I was like, "Oh, you so right." And man, I got on there. I said, "Okay, now what?"
Because they watch you, and so for me, that's why I try to be the best person now. I work on it, and I'm honest with my kids. I tell them, listen, Mama don't know everything, but I'm willing to work on me to be a better person, to show you that you can do anything, and I keep God first. My kids know good, bad, in between. God is with us.
Right.
He guiding us. He the orchestrator of our life. He does the things that need to be done for me. And in my household, y'all, I don't have nothing but God. Once I really buckled down and said, yeah, God, you got it. I don't got it. I know that I don't have it. I see all the things that I did and you let me do what I wanted to do. I want to do what you want to do because your ways are better than my ways. Your thoughts are better than my thoughts. Everything that you have aligned in my life has been greater than I ever thought. This never was the life that I thought I was going to have, you guys. Like, y'all don't even understand. I just knew I was going to be somebody's wife and I was going to have babies and I was going to work a job and I was going to be just ordinary. God said, you are a story. Your name is Winnie. Any Winnie that you know, they are extraordinary. Winnie Mandela, even Winnie the Pooh, baby, they are extraordinary. But I need for you to understand, you're not just this person. I created in you a whole lot of things that I'm going to pour out. So I just bless God for it. So I love him. I love him for doing the things that he did and also changing the directory of it all for the betterment.
Right.
For the betterment. And to be able to bless his people, even when I don't be want to, I be like, God, your kids is kind of, they're a little touched more than others. But if it's your will, you got us all. Because once you realize how much God love you, it'll humble you for real. Because when you start looking at you and you're ugly, it'll humble you to make you have patience with his kids ugly. Mm-hmm. Because he has patience with you. It's stuff he covered over you that he won't let nobody see. He has that you deal with, but he loves you so much he won't let nobody see that, and he'll clean it up for you. So that's what gives me the joy to be able to speak, to love, to do this, because I know what he do for me on a daily basis. I'm just a human being. I have flaws and I have things that ain't great. But do I work on them? Yes. When I figure out that it's something that he don't like, I ain't gonna say it be overnight, but I start working on it. I start looking at it. God help me get rid of that part of me. Help me to be better. Help me to do it the way you want me to do it. Show me. Put me around somebody if I can't understand just by you telling me. Show me how to do that. And so those make those great blessings for me.
Now that's that's a good way to go about it, because that's what God wants you to do, really. Like, because I do the same. Like when you're ready for God to make a major breakthrough in your life, all you have to do is sacrifice something that you were being sinful at, and God will make a major breakthrough in your life. I know with me, for instance, for example, I needed a major breakthrough in my life, and I used to drink alcohol a little bit, and I promised God. I said, "Hey, God, You know, I'll stop drinking if you can just keep me on the right path and keep me
Mm-hmm.
focused on where I need to be. And from
Mm-hmm.
that point on, everything's been going so smooth and so great and so perfect that if I don't tell somebody this method on how to get breakthroughs with God, then I'm holding this information to myself.
Right, right.
I'm being selfish. But in order to have a major breakthrough with God, all you have to do is like cancel something out of your life that God
That's a
that,
negative.
that's
Yeah.
hindering you, that's hindering from entering into the kingdom of heaven. Because I know it's a process. God ain't gonna let you work on yourself and do all these great things to make yourself better, and then not recognize that, you know, not recognize and not appreciate it. You know, if you say, God, I want to stop cursing, God, I want to stop fornicating, God, I want to stop drinking, God, I want to stop this, I want to stop that, and you actually put in the effort to try to
Mm-hmm.
do it.
He gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Man,
Like you, I dealt with I used to at one point in time I used to pop pills. I used to have fun. Like I'm not gonna even tell you no story. But because once I understood that that was a hindrance to me, and the men that I chose to deal with, all of that. Once I realized, like, okay, that's not getting you nowhere. That's not helping your life. I surrendered it to God. Was it easy? No, it wasn't. Do I have challenges still? Yes, I do. But every time they come up, I put it at His feet. Like God, this is the urge that I'm having. Or even if I fall, like God, I fail. Okay,
right,
people have to understand that it's a process. That's why I tell people it's a relationship, not religion. I can't do religion because I can't do rules like that. I'm gonna fall short every time.
exactly,
But I can do relationship. I can do somebody who loves me enough to chasten me
yeah,
to get me to where He want me to go, and not understand that that may be fun, but that's not going to get you to
right,
where you truly want to be.
right,
You
exactly,
know, and so it does take you humbling yourself. It does take you saying no, killing your flesh on a day-to-day basis. That's not easy. That is not easy. We are born of sin. So to avoid sin, it's challenging. People be thinking that you walking with God, oh, you got it easy. Your life look like this. No, we be in hell a lot of times. Like this stuff we go through, and then having to think to do better, because your first thought is to do the negative and the easy.
right, right,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Give into
But
those vices. Yeah.
yes, to give into those vices to help you mellow through certain stuff.
right.
But to actually have to think past the moment stuff, to think past
Right. But if
your wants and
but
what feels good at the time,
but
that's
if
challenging.
if it,
But
but if all of this was easy, if all of this was easy, it wouldn't even be a
Well,
temptation.
you wouldn't need God. You
It,
wouldn't
it
need Him.
wouldn't be a temptation. You wouldn't even need God. So
Yeah.
it some kind of difficult factor in there. So you can kind of prove yourself to God. God is so
Mhm.
real. You gotta prove yourself to Him. You got
He'll test you every time. He'll test you and he'll show you. That's the thing. Like y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. So I seen a post that says, are you really healed or are you just closed off to things that trigger you? I laughed so hard because I had been over here in
hold on,
my
wait a minute.
battle.
Hold on, wait. I gotta
Yeah,
repeat that to myself. Hold
yeah.
on. Wait,
Are
am I
you
really
really
healed or
healed?
closed
Are
out?
you really healed? Or you just closed off to things that trigger you?
Oh man, I love that.
Girl, baby, when I say he be coming with it, he be coming with it. So I be over here in my own little bubble most of the time. Like I be over here chilling to myself. Start getting out, start engaging more, and I said, God, oh, I really ain't just as healed as I thought I was in that area because I want to I want to punch him in the throat. And you told me to keep my hands, feet, and I just to myself. And these thoughts is coming up real fast and real quick. And
Girl,
I
you
just
feel like
yes, I start fidgeting. But I bust out laughing because I love him enough because he gave me awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness. You not where you think you are. But I still love you enough to show you, and I still love you enough to give you awareness. Now, what you gonna do with it? So for me, it keep me in his face. It a lot of stuff keeps me in God's face because I be like,
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't want me without Jesus. I can promise you that. Because me doing this right now, if I didn't have him, I would be on my way to jail or hell, or probably both. So, and I don't want to do either one of them.
I know that's
No, you
right.
don't.
The
You
one
don't.
time, that I did go, the little trustee mate boy, he said, "Ma'am, you want a towel? I know you cold, but you're so pretty to be in here, baby." That's all he had to tell me. I said, "You're right. I'm too cute to be in here. I'm never
Mm.
coming back." So I do everything to not go back.
Man, awesome stuff. I know we about to grade it. I know we at that mark now. We did 2 hours, man. We did for the
I know.
for
Like,
Look,
that's it.
that's the time will pass by so fast.
yeah, well, we did 2 hours, but we thank y'all for being on here on the Just Saying podcast. Big shout out to Miss Jones as well. I know she invited you know to be a special guest this coming Saturday. So big shout out to her for that as well.
Yes.
We got to get ready to part. Ladies and gentlemen, we way over time. So before we get ready to part, it's gonna start with Winnie. So Winnie, do you have any words of advice, any silent wisdom that you want to leave here, and also plug in all your social media sites and all of the good stuff. And after that, gonna pass on to KG, low, and then we
Your
gonna.
book as well, because we
Yes.
want to
I'm
know
gonna
all
give you
about
all of that. I'm gonna give you all of that. So my name is Winnie Starks. I am the author of Unbroken Destiny. My nugget to you is put God first, and all things will follow. Be self-aware and learn to be accountable. You be your authentic self, so the right things can come to you. You can't get your gifts if you're not being you. They don't know where to go. Um, we're having this awesome and amazing gala this weekend on August 9th. It starts at 6 p.m. and it ends at 11. If you would like to come, please reach out to me. Social media, all you have to do is Winnie Starks on Instagram or on Facebook. And I will give you all the details, all the information. My book is on all major platforms, but if you would like a signed copy, reach out to me via Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM, and I will get your information, tell you how to make the payment, and I will actually mail it out to you, a signed copy. But that's my information, and that's my nugget for you. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. We had a great time. It was an honor to be on you guys' show. It's a blessing to break bread with you guys, and it was nice meeting you all.
it.
And awesome stuff. KG.
Oh yeah, man, it was a great time, man. It's always a blessing when you're talking about God. You know, God is always a positive thing to talk about, and He even said it in His Word: "If two or three gather in His name, He'll be there in the midst." So I really,
Yes,
all of us being able to share that wisdom of God and different situations and scenarios about our lives to kind of help other people grow and discover awareness in their own lives. So I really appreciate that. Like she did mention, we do have the gala August the 9th. I just want everybody to come out and have fun. I'll be there presenting some jokes for you guys. We'll be having a good time, laughter, fun, food, authors, and entertainment. It's going to be a great atmosphere to be a part of. Um, I have shows. I have more shows coming up all month. This month is actually a busy month for me. I'll be at the Addison Improv August the 10th. That'll be the following day from the gala event.
okay.
Yeah, and, August the 22nd. August the 20th. Let me go to August the 20th. I'll be in West Dallas. That's your neighborhood. Yeah.
You're
I'll
trying
be
to justify it, but that's another topic.
Yeah, I'll be in West Dallas doing some jokes as well. And then on the 22nd, I'll be in Irving doing comedy. Then I'll be popping back out to Arlington Improv and then Backdoor Comedy. So I got a busy month this month, but that's just all the love that God's blessed me with. And He's showing so much mercy and grace in my life that, I have to give Him recognition and just let Him know and let y'all know all the goodness and the perfection that God's been blessing my life with. I'm just so blessed that God is just just seeing me through these difficult times and the non-difficult times. I'm just overwhelmed with blessings from God, you know. But I really truly appreciate y'all. I don't want to take up too much time because God, I'll be talking about God all day.
Listen, me and you can do the same.
But yeah, I just really just hope that I can gain some followers because I know now in the entertainment industry everything is going by following and social media now. So that'll be a big plus to just get a couple followers. If you can follow me, it's Comedian KG. That's KOMEDIAN KG. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, TikTok, any kind of social media outlet. You can Google me. I'm on Google. That's Comedian KG, KOMEDIAN on KG on Google. And you know, I hope to see you guys at any one of my shows. And if you going through a difficult time and you want to come just laugh, reach out to me and I can probably work out some free tickets for you because I'm always open to giving back and just getting my community involved in comedy and laughter. So, like, if you are going through some hard times and you really just want to get out, I got you. I got your back. I'll show you some love and I'll give you some tickets. And I truly appreciate you guys, Furman, Miss Lowe, Miss Winnie. I appreciate all of y'all, and I love y'all, man. Y'all awesome.
Wonderful.
Hey, love you too. Salute to you as well, King.
Thank you. Remember to tune in to our next show. Furman will have the information put up. Right now, I'm technically challenged because I've depended on my kids way too long. But I'm there. Okay? I'm gonna get there. You can please go. Like he said, you know, social media is where we are at right now. You can follow me on TikTok at low_gamerchick. You know, I do play my games. Okay, that's on my Instagram and my TikTok as well. It's the same. And then we will have our JustSayN website and everything up really, really soon. So yeah. Thank you.
Most definitely. And thank y'all once again for hanging out with me alone until today. Man, y'all keep with the great work. Thank y'all for being our official guest on the JustSayN Podcast. But we will be in the studio as well. We'll be doing a virtual. We're going to be in the studio. So you actually better come to the studio and be in front of the camera and all the other great stuff. So I'm looking forward to all that soon as well. So this is getting us out of our comfort zone. But we do appreciate y'all. Thank Ms. Jones for tuning in as well. Man, y'all have a great Thursday. Enjoy the day. Appreciate y'all. And we about to sign off. So y'all have a great day. Peace, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.